else. Give yourself every opportunity to make choices. Making films is all about creating a situation where you're then free to make a lot of different choices about the kind of film and how the film looks. And the same is with your career. You do enough things, you give yourself choices and go in whatever direction it leads you. But don't put all your eggs into one basket, because that basket might have holes in it.
My name's Alan Smith. I'm a lighting cameraman. I started at Bournemouth College of Art and did 3 years as a degree there. Then I went to work at the BBC and never worked for anybody else. So I was very lucky that I had most of my career was at the Beeb. And when I was there, I got a job as an assistant film cameraman. And the roles really were putting a clapperboard on, logging all the film, putting film into magazines, unloading it, loading it, sending it to the labs. It then got processed, came back, was viewed, and I did that for a long, long time. So I did initially 4 years on documentaries all around the world, and then another 4 years doing dramas, on really, really nice top dramas. Then followed by some more dramas, which was Bergerac, all those sort of things, some light entertainment programs. Eventually got made up into a cameraman, and I started doing tape technology in the 90s, and that was Betamax, Digibeta, then high definition. And then in 2000 the BBC closed the film department, so we were all made redundant. So I went freelance and have been freelance ever since. And the great thing is you can work on anything. You don't have to just work on BBC programmes, you can work on anything. So for me that was a brilliant move, and I got paid. The issue is pay. At the BBC you're a staff member and you get a salary, and your money goes into the bank account every month. You don't have to put in any invoices, you don't have to do anything. It was brilliant. As a freelancer, you have to think about everything, and you really do have to think about money. And you need to know what your rate is, you need to fight for that, you need to then chase people for payment, because 4 weeks will go by and you still won't have been paid for that 1 or 2 days you've done. So it's a hard world when you're freelance, and you have to think of a lot more things than you did when you were at the BBC. Yes. Being freelance is nice because you can actually pick and choose the jobs you want to do. If you don't want to, you just say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. If the money isn't very good, you say, well, I'm sorry, I can't do it for that rate. Maybe, you could charge, you could give me another £10, £15. If they say no, you say, right, okay, well, I can't do it for that money, or something like that. You can actually fight your corner a bit. However, you might find that you need the money so badly you have to work for the lower rate that you didn't really want to go down to. So that's the bad side of freelance, really. And it's hard getting work. You have to get your own work. Drama is a massive circus of people. So you've got about 7 or 8 different departments. You've got just camera and sound, obviously. You've got lighting. You've got design, and that includes wardrobe and makeup. You've got a massive lighting department that I would be in control of. And then you've got the production team, which involves script supervisors, producers, executive producers. And then beyond all the production work, there's the editing and post-dubbing and all that. So it's a massive list of credits that have to be put on a drama. Whereas a documentary could be as little as 2 or 3 people. But it's much more fun when it's just 2 or 3, because you can get on with it. Everything takes twice as long on a drama. And my advice is simply try not to do too much for nothing. You'll be asked to do work for nothing because it's good experience, inverted commas. Yes, you will have to get the experience, but all I'm saying to you is you cannot afford to do that. You cannot afford to pay rent and rail fare and eat if you don't get paid. But there's an awful lot of production companies out there that will ask you to do stuff for nothing. Well, how long do you go on like that for? So you set yourself a target of, say, 3 or 6 months, and say, yeah, okay, I will do, and hope your parents can support you. And then from there on, you just say, well, look, I need expenses then. I need to be able to get in the car and drive to the location at 5 in the morning. If you want me there at 5, then how do I get there? There's no public transport. There's a lot of things that production don't think about, and it's you guys that suffer. But at the end of the day, the reward is fantastic. If you can get yourself into a production and you really enjoy it, then you're made. And really what you've got to do is enjoy this work, because if you don't enjoy your job, then there's no point doing it. If you want to get into this industry, you kind of need to put yourself in a position where you can do... I think university isn't the right profession, and I don't think a university degree would be the right thing. If you were going to do some kind of further education, I would suggest an art school. Something like this course you're doing at the moment is perfectly good. Perfectly good. When you leave this, you need to have something to say, I have done this course, I have done that, I've done a cross-section of all sorts of things, from script writing to lighting to sound, cameras, all those sort of things. You need them under your belt before you leave here. You need something like that. Don't just stick to one vocation.